as I started researching how I could prepare for this very foreign UCAT exam, I stumbled across MedEntry, and it proved to be an extremely valuable tool in my preparation. It gave me that real sense of focus and a clear direction in how I was going to allocate my time over the next 6 months before my exam. I remember when I first logged on to the LMS, I was just overwhelmed by how many resources were available to me, but of course I wouldn't have it any other way. And as I was working through all of the resources, I could just tell that everything on MedEntry was very well thought out. A lot of research and medical insight and experience had gone into producing those resources, so of course that was very helpful. Also, the practice exams were probably my favourite part of MedEntry. I loved that they put you under that time pressure and they gave you that feedback and that guide to which was the correct response, and it gave you the percentile at the end, which was great to kind of get a gauge of where you were sitting compared to other MedEntry students. And the ability to go back and do those practice exams again and improve was also very valuable. I also participated in a workshop led by Dr. Ray, and that was about 3 months before my UCAT exam. And although it was online, obviously because of COVID, it was so helpful. I got so many little tips and tricks that I never would have thought of, and it really gave me that extra push and motivation and a lot more clarity surrounding the exam and how I was to approach the last few weeks pretty much before my UCAT exam. Then after the UCAT was all done and I was quite happy with my score, I was just anxiously waiting for any interview offers, and UQ was my be all and end all. It's where I'd always wanted to go to do medicine, and I was really hoping to get into their provisional entry program. However, when they released their first round interview offers, I actually did not receive an offer. My UCAT score was about 10 points below the cutoff for that interview round, so I was quite upset. And that's when I Insta-DM'd Dr. Ray to get that advice and his positivity, his encouragement. And he's just such a great role model, I think, to all aspiring medicine students. So I texted him and he told me to remain positive, which I tried to, and then thankfully I received an interview offer for the second round, and that's when I actually went back onto MedEntry and made use of the interview guide. There were so many different resources on how to answer questions astutely, all these different MMI scenarios. There were a lot of them to work through, information about ethics in medicine or controversial topics that you might have to discuss, things like that. So that was another part of MedEntry that was very helpful. They really have everything on that platform that I could have ever asked for.